Welcome to Artistry in the Cards, part of JessicaLynnOriginal.com, the ultimate destination for all of your creative card making needs. So today I've got something kind of spooktacular in store for you. It's going to be a step-by-step guide on creating the perfect Halloween card using digital rubber stamps, Copic markers, and then distressed oxides. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how easily I was able to download this stamp, and I will put the link down below. So if you are interested in making a card using this adorable pumpkin and little cats that are all kind of crammed in there, I will put that link for you down below. Now, one of the tricks I do is I'll use Microsoft Word and I'll import the image there. Then I can adjust the image to the size I want and print. So it's kind of nice because I don't have to worry about, adjusting, etc. Just super simple. Now, I am going to be using my Copic markers, and you saw that huge box that I had quite a few weeks ago. There was a huge sale at Hobby Lobby, and I want to say that they were like $2 or $3 a piece, or less than that. It was $1. I don't know. It was really inexpensive. And so I spent a couple $100 and bought a ton of them, and a great investment. I absolutely love Copics. I have some that I have been using for years. They just sort of hold up and they color so well. Now, one of the tricks I want to share with you when you're doing Copic marker coloring is always start with the lightest shade and build up, right? So if you start with the darkest color, let's say you start with black and you start there and you start to color, it's going to be really hard to get rid of that, right? So what I would encourage is, for example, in my pumpkin, you can see I started with almost a yellowy color, and then I built up with another layer of orange and another layer. And one of the things I've really enjoyed doing lately is building up these color layers and then actually coming back with a color that's almost kind of, it melts into it is what I'll say. So you can see like this brown, it's not that far off because the browns that I chose kind of had an orangey reddish look to them. And what I liked is it's a lot less harsh than trying to do big gray shadows. So by using a color that complements that orange already, you can see how beautiful it actually sort of just looks shadowed. One of the things I will tell you to do is if you get too dark, you can come back over it with a little bit of one of the oranges or another punch of color. Orange for my example, the pumpkin. But by doing that, it will actually sort of save the card a little bit. Just know that once you go forwards, there's really not going back. So take your time, build up the colors as you enjoy kind of building up that volume. Now, if it's the first time you've used Copics, first off, welcome. They're wonderful. You're going to love them. There are a lot of alternatives out on the market, and some of them are absolutely wonderful. So just know that on my channel, I do share some of that as well. But obviously today I'm showing you the Copics. Now, as I'm going through this, once I have it all done, I'm going to go ahead and just draw in some more shadows for the cats because I want them to feel like they're kind of inside the pumpkin and a little three-dimensional. And then I'm just going to shadow this last little guy. There we go. It's got a little, maybe some colors, like some little darker brown. Yeah, that looks cute. Because then he kind of matches the pumpkin because I want to have like an orange tabby. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of scissors and I'm just going to fussy cut this out. One of the tricks I use when I fussy cut is you can see how I hold it way down in that bottom corner. And then I don't rotate the scissors around. I actually adjust the image. And by doing that, I usually get a pretty even line around. Not always, but many times. One of my favorite tricks then is to come back through with a white ink marker. It's almost like painting onto your art. The white will go over whatever it is, but use it cautiously and sparingly so that you don't kind of go overboat. Sometimes I have a tendency to add a little too much. And again, with that one, once that ink and paint is on there, you're kind of stuck. Now, I do use the white down around the bottom. If for some reason my Copic bled a little bit, I can kind of hide that fact by going over it with the white ink, which I think looks so good. So now the next step is to go ahead and start to create the background of the card. Now I bought these really fun Post-it notes. They're clear And they're really fun for masking. They're fun because you can actually see right through them, and so they make really good barriers. Now I want to make sure I'm going to actually do the Distress Oxide right on my card rather than doing it on cardstock and then transferring it. And so I put down 2 of the Post-it notes, and then I put another one to kind of hold this really fun template. It is one of my favorites, and my friend Amy, who did the behind the card with me, she really inspired me to want to take on these templates and to try these stencils with the Distress Oxide. And if you've never used Distress Oxide before, it's kind of like painting with shoe polish is the really only way I can describe it. Every time that I think that I didn't do a good job, I sort of, do the best I can, and all of a sudden when it dries, it looks so good. So it's such a forgiving medium. So don't be afraid to try it. Maybe buy 1 or 2 that'll complement each other. Like I use 2 different grays and blacks, and that works really well. Now let me show you what happens. Just like masking a stamp, if I go ahead and put this stencil on, now watch, I can pick up those 2 Post-it notes that are clear, and look at how beautiful right up to the edge. Gorgeous. Love that. They are my favorite. And the best part is you can reuse them probably 3 or 4 times before they'll go bad. Just a reminder, as always, I am the owner and artist for Jessica Lynn Original, and so I always encourage you to go ahead and sign the back of the cards that you create. The reason why I have this brand new channel, in case you're like, what the heck, why is this? I know that you were always at the different... Basically, my channel has sort of hit a crossroads where it has divided into 2 different categories. My rubber stamp company, which is JessicaLynnOriginal.com, and then my travel and adventure vlogs that I do. And so I'm just dividing the YouTube channels out. So if you are new here and you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe. I am trying to get to my 1,000 subscribers again, so I appreciate you returning and following me on this channel as well. So I'm going ahead, and once I get the cat and the sentiment all ready to go, I'm going to use my favorite, the foam risers. And we're going to go ahead and put those on and just center the cats. I love foam risers because they give it just sort of that little pop. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to just use my glue, and I'm just going to glue this right down. Of course, like almost every time that I make cards, I ran out of the glue, so I had to restock and change, so I apologize, I had to pause there. But I'm going to go ahead and just glue that on, and I'm going to center it right underneath. Beautiful. I love it. Now, some things I could do, I could put some glittery spider webs, I could embellish. I like to kind of stop here to ask you, what things do you think I should use to embellish this card? I love it. It's so cute. And the little cats are adorable. So again, if you're thinking, hey, I want to try that with that digital image, down below, I'll put the link for you to go ahead and purchase that. I love it. It's so cute. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for Halloween. Well, I just want to thank you again for watching my video, and be sure to subscribe to Artistry in Cards. And don't forget, we are going to be uploading a bunch of new content, some old content, and I would love to hear from you. So be sure to subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody.